Hello and welcome to my complete Season 11 guide for Kayn. I'm Rhaast, a Kayn one-trick, and I've been practicing him all preseason. Now I'm going to share everything I know with you all in one video so you can dominate Season 11 ranked. Everything from builds, to combos, to choosing the right form, and more. If that sounds good, smash that like button and let's get right into it. Also, maybe break the sub button and hit that bell. Alright, so this video is going to be separated into 5 parts, and we're going to start with the first part, which is which form are you supposed to pick and when. Here's a simple rule of thumb: if they have 3 people you can one-shot, then most likely it's going to be a blue Kayn game, and against tankier team comps, you go red form. Just think about it: if you need an assassin for your team, or if you need a tankier bruiser as Rhaast. Okay, let's see, which form would you go against this team comp? Did you say blue? Yeah, you're right. What about if we put Lee Sin in there? That's a Rhaast game. And now this last comp, you will get kited if you go Rhaast. You need blue Kayn. Now for the runes, it's pretty simple. I'll put them up on the screen so you can pause and check them out. But alright, now the items we gotta talk about, because there's different items you want to build for different situations, so we'll have to see and I'll explain everything. Now for starters, I'm gonna put all the main builds on the screen, and I'm gonna tell you guys the situational items you should go for depending on matchups and whatever you need. So let's start off with Shadow Assassin, blue form. For that, you usually go Eclipse or Prowlers are my favorites. Alright, so to choose between the Eclipse item and Prowlers, usually just look at their team comp. If you need the bonus maximum health damage, you would go Eclipse. If not, you just go Prowlers. Prowlers is really useful to snowball that lead. But Eclipse is just better when you're facing 1 or 2 bruisers and you need some increased damage on higher health targets. You would just go Eclipse. Now Duskblade can also work on blue Kayn. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but the only thing is I don't play it very often because I just prefer the other 2 items. But if you like Duskblade, feel free to go for it. It's definitely a useful item when you need to get in and out of a team fight, one-shot someone, and not die right after. Duskblade can be clutch for that. Now Mana Moon is a great item for both forms on Kayn. Honestly, I buy it almost every game. It just solves all your mana problems and gives you really good damage, so why not? I just buy it every game. Now onto the situational items for blue Kayn. So you have a few options right here. You have Black Cleaver, which can be clutch if you want to be a bit tankier and do some increased armor pen. You can get Edge of Night to block some of those spells out, like if you're playing against Lux or Morgana and you need that. Serpent's Fang for shielding enemies. Like, for example, if you're playing against Ivern, Serpent's Fang is just such a clutch item. Alright, now there's like a few more items you can go here. There's Kempunk Chainsword, which is really good for if they have a lot of healing. For example, Aatrox or someone like that. I'll put the rest of the situational items on the screen and feel free to look at them and pick whichever one works for you in the situation you're in. Alright, now let's move to Rhaasty boy. Rhaast only has one amazing mythic item, and it's Gore Drinker. You want to build it every single game. It's just the best item you can build on him. And from here, you have a lot of different options, honestly. After you have your Gore Drinker, you're pretty set. You're going to start building on what you need, and you're going to look at enemy team comps at your team comp and figure out if you need magic resist, armor, more damage, increased healing, armor pen, and just build that way. But of course, Mana Moon is always a great item, so you can get that tier, and whenever you want you can feel free to upgrade it, and it's pretty clutch. Honestly, I think it's even more important on red form than blue form, having that Mana Moon, because the mana you use on red form is crazy, so you need that increased mana. Now let's talk about the situational items. There's quite a few of them. You have Ravenous Hydra, which is really good for increased healing. You have Death Dance if you need an increased armor. You have 3 options actually for armor. You can go Death Dance, you can go Randwinds, or you can go Thornnail. As for magic resist, my favorite usually is just going Spirit Visage. That increased healing you get at the same time is really good. You can also get Starax, Black Cleaver, Resurrection, which is Guardian Angel, and a few other items. But those are the main things you can get on Rhaast, and it's just an amazing form to play. He's an absolute monster right now with Gore Drinker and in Season 11, and I think everyone should try him, and you will be able to carry most of your games and destroy some people. Alright, finally, now we're done with dealing with the items on both forms. I'm gonna move on to the next part, and that's ability leveling. That's gonna be a quick one. I'm just gonna put how you should level up your abilities depending on your... Alright, now onto the jungle clears. Let's talk about that for a bit. So basically we're talking about Kayn right here. You can clear however you want on Kayn and you will still clear properly because he clears so fast, man. You can just do whatever you want. But I'm gonna cover 2 clears that are really good on Kayn and that you can try and that I use very often. So the first one is a 5 camp clear or a 4 camp. Sometimes you skip the Gromp. Check it out. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Pause if you want, and I'm gonna move to the next. Now the other clear is a pretty simple one. You want to clear the 3 camps on one side and gank the same lane on that side. I use it pretty often whenever I know that I need to gank my bot lane or my top lane. I just go for that clear. You can try it out and see how it goes for you. I mean, like I said, it's Kayn though, so you can clear however you want. It will still work out, don't worry. Come to the combos part. What's up everyone? Hello. So I'm gonna be explaining the simple combos on Kayn and more complicated ones when you're using active items. Just to make sure you guys know how Kayn works, I'm gonna go over it. So your Q is 2 hits. It hits twice. The first during the dash, the second when he arrives at the location. So that's pretty simple. Now the combos, guys, are really simple on Kayn. This is the simplest combo you can do. Q auto, W auto. Very simple. One simple thing you should know while clearing camps, and it can be useful during fights or 1v1s. On a wall, see like this wall? See how I just cancelled my Q animation? Look at that. See, it hit twice, but there was no animation. This saves you a lot of time while you're clearing, and it can be very useful. You can use it on most of the camps in the jungle. Alright, now I'm gonna just explain a quick thing to you guys. Your R, see how you can't use it before you hit someone? You need to damage them. Any ability you use on them will unlock your R. But that includes smite. So if you smite a target and then you can ult them instantly. You should remember that. If you can't reach them, your ability is on cooldown, you have no way, you smite R, you can reach the person. That's another quick tip. Now there's this other thing I use very often, and it's when you flash Q. You just flash Q, and you will reach pretty far. And allows you to catch up the targets that are getting away. I'm gonna explain to you guys how Prowlers works on Kayn. It's actually not that difficult. Look at this. Okay, see, I just missed it. I didn't even do it properly. So you want to Q Prowlers so that the second hit on your Q hits, because as I explained, your Q has two hits. The first one, the second one when he lands where he is. So whenever you do this, the second hit goes on the target. You can do that. But if you already can reach them with Prowlers, then you can just Prowler Q, and it will put the Prowler effect on them, but you will just Q normally. See how it happened? Look at this. A Prowler effect, but it didn't do anything special. It just put the effect on them with 15% damage. So just keep in mind, that's how Kayn works. Every time you use an ability, put an auto attack, you will increase your damage so much. It's very simple, honestly. Kayn has no complicated combos or anything. I'm gonna move on to forms. I'm gonna explain blue form real quick. First thing with blue form, you cannot be slowed with. When you're in your E, you cannot be slowed. You're slow and vulnerable. And your E will last the same as normal, but you are very fast in your E. Now what I want to explain to you guys is how you combo with blue. See what I just did here? Your W can go inside your Q. Your W doesn't matter. You can do other stuff while you're using your W. Look at this. See how I just W'd and I could R at the same time? Your W, you just put it with other abilities. Just remember that. That's the most popular Kayn combo. You E, WQ through the wall, auto attack, and you delete the person. And now this is how I would use Prowlers on blue Kayn. You want to do this when you're coming through, and you just put the 15% damage, and boom. You can do this as well, which I explained earlier, and you just go through the wall, Q Prowlers, auto W R. See, it's not that hard. It's a few buttons, but it will do a lot of damage. You will one-shot a lot of targets, and they can't get away from you because you follow up with a flash. Say they flash when you're using Prowlers, you will follow the flash. And even if you didn't, your R, look at R range on Kayn. Look at the R range, how big it is. So you can follow up with any way. We're gonna move on to Rhaast. Now the biggest thing about Rhaast is that the W is an airborne. That is the big difference. Now there's a few other differences. You see your E, it's pretty high cooldown. It's 18 seconds. Wait, let me remove the cooldown. Look at this. On blue Kayn you have 5 seconds. On red Kayn it's 18. Now your R though, the R will heal you for 12% of max health of your enemy, I think, or 15%, sorry. So when you ult someone and you're low on health and you come out, you will heal so much. So like no form Kayn, it's very simple. You want to just use abilities and autos in between. That's it. It's as simple as that. You get low on health, you ult. It's really freaking simple. Use abilities and autos. Now the other thing you want to use is Gore Drinker. Gore Drinker on Rhaast is just insane. Now look at this. I do this inside my Q, I put the Gore Drinker, it will do massive damage. Now if you wait until you're lower on HP, and they are lower in HP, you will heal so much more. And you can put it inside your Q and it works like a charm. And you use your R whenever you're low. Remember that on Rhaast, remember that. Whenever you're low on HP, don't use it instantly unless you really need to catch up to the target. If not, keep your R as a safety. Whenever you're low, you use it and heal back. One little tip with your R on Rhaast, if you want to heal maximum health and you go inside them, sometimes it's just better to wait the entire timer, which is 2.5 seconds, because if you have an ignite on you and you wait for it to expire before you come out, then the grievous wounds will not affect you from the ignite. Or if the grievous wounds is on you and you airborne and then you wait and then you ult him, you have 3.5 seconds. So the grievous wounds will expire and then you will heal for full HP. Alright, now on to the last part. We're gonna go over the gameplay that was running in the back and see how I play Kayn and carry. So I go with the 3 camp clear here, like I showed you earlier, and I'm looking to gank bot lane. But they're really like under tower, so I just don't go there and check mid, trying to get a gank off mid. And I see that it's possible, you know? And I'm lucky, and Silas decides to just go in while I'm sitting there. So we just go in, almost kill him. Sadly, he's running barrier. So we get his barrier. That's decent, honestly. Now I'm just going to clear my other side, because usually when you do that clear, you get 3 camps on one side. You're either looking for a mid gank to try to get to the other side and farm, or just gank bot, reset, and then go to your other side. Those are like the main 2 things you can do with that. So after that, I died somewhere, I don't remember, because I cut this video. I just wanted to keep the good parts of it to make it shorter for you guys. And I speed it up here because I'm just clearing stuff. I cleared my red side. I see that their Lee Sin is in bot side, so I take his raptors. And I see an opportunity for killing Vlad up here. So I just came up here to like help Lilia get the kill. She was kind of low and had barely any mana, so I just showed up and she got the kill with her whatever ball ability. I don't know which one it is. So I take Herald after that because, well, Lee Sin was bot lane and we killed the top laner, so it's very free. And I'm looking at top lane while I was clearing my wolves, and I see Lee Sin showing up there. And he's still trying to kill Lilia. And she's staying in lane trying to bait. So I just go there. And we go for the 2v2. Now the thing is, she ults him and I go inside him, but he used red buff on me, or he has, yeah, like he had red buff, so it burned me. So when I was inside, I still died. You guys should remember that. If you're inside someone with your R and you're burning, you can still die. Ignites, red buffs, poison, stuff like that. All of that kills you. So I just come back from base, buy some items. Iron Spike, of course, last time. And now we got the continuation to get our Gore Drinker. Just working towards that. I go towards my bot side because that's where I had camps to farm. Lee Sin shows up there. I dodge the stuff. And then we're trying to get into a dragon fight because we want the drag, you know? So my team TPs, well, Lilia TPs, we get a good fight in, good ults from Victor and Lilia, I think she ulted, and that's just a free Drake. So as you can see, I'm just playing around my pushed lanes, like the lanes that are getting pushed. I'm always trying to gank those, getting my form, of course, so I'm trying to gank as much as possible so I can gather some orbs and get my form as soon as possible. This game I don't get it very fast, honestly. 13-minute form, not that good. You can do 8 minutes and it's pretty clutch if you manage to do that. But yeah, so you're always looking for those early ganks. Kayn Kayn is like, he's good with early ganks, honestly. He doesn't have the most damage, but he's still a pretty good champ for the early game. Just because of his E making ganks pretty easy. And I used that Herald on the tower in mid, like you saw. And that was just so we can get the tower gold. And after that, I reset after the tower gold, got my form, and went back to Herald again. And we just took that. I could have forced that because I was much stronger. I can just fight. After that, well, it was just some farming, and then another Drake fight. And these guys are still trying to fight us on Drake, even though we were much stronger. So we managed to get this Drake, and we managed to kill a few people. I almost die here. We go drink her clutch. It saves me with a little heal there while I was getting hooks. So again, I reset. I bought some Black Cleaver, and I'm farming Raptors, and Lilia gets caught. So I come out. I know I can fight anyone, and I'm really strong, so I just go in there, even though it's a 1v3. And as you can see, I tried to reach the Vlad, because if I just fight the Thresh or ult the Thresh, Vlad can still kill me. So I kill him first, and then go for Thresh. Now on to the rest. I go to Baron, and that was pretty much it, honestly, because we managed to kill 2 of them. Yeah, so after that Baron, it was just GG. We pushed through mid, and we were able to get a fight in, and we just ended the game. And now you can be a Kayn god. Feel free to join the Discord and share your clips with me. I'd love to see them. Also, make sure to hit that like button and smash the sub button. Also, maybe hit the bell. I put so much effort and time into this video. It would really mean a lot, guys. See you guys in the next video, and have a great day.